You want me to start?
Yeah, today you can start. Huh?
No, you have to introduce me.
I thought you wanted to introduce us. We are co-panelists. Good evening, Kenyans. We are back live Mtembei TV on the session Dr. Matsanga Speaks. We have been coming to you live once every week and talking about current affairs in politics of Kenya. We are here to talk about the letter that DP Ruto sent to NIS. And then, of course, there is Baba's launch of a manifesto and some of the undertones of politics coming out is the Mitumba politics. So we will weigh into Mitumba politics and the optics of the manifesto launch. And of course, a few current affairs of the things happening, including the latest opinion polls. So you are welcome to participate. Give us your comments, your critique, and only that don't abuse us. If you have to do it rationally. So I welcome Daktari to make his introductory remarks as we keep moving.
Thank you very much, our viewers across the globe, across the continent of Africa and in Kenya. First of all, I'm delighted once again to be called upon by Mtembei TV to make my presentations to the world regarding certain aspects that are taking shape on the African continent and especially in Kenya, and regarding the elections that are coming in the 2 months time from now. I'm delighted because when I come to this TV, I don't speak halfway. I speak with my full brains and the full responsibility. I want to thank all of you, those who have sent me greetings, and those who have seen my work that I have done on Facebook, Twitter, and other places where I have been a lone ranger. And now I'm happy that several people are coming up to help to defend the legacy of His Excellency President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta under my tag of the legacy trend. I'm the founder member, the chairman, the owner of the legacy trend. I've written 2 books that I'm completing that I will hand over to His Excellency and to the world to read about the infrastructure, food security, manufacturing, and housing, these issues, economy, the politics of the legacy of His Excellency President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And I'm glad that His Excellency decided to support the right team of Azimio, of Raila Amolo Odinga, to take over power, to take over and govern this state. We are safer in the hands of Raila Amolo Odinga than in the hands of a malcontent called a man who does not have any sense of integrity. Personal integrity is very important in this country, South Africa. If you don't have personal integrity in Africa, just get out. Go to the church or the mosque and ask for personal integrity. What is personal integrity? The entire constitution of Republic of Uganda, of Kenya, is based on personal integrity. Chapter 6. Don't read me all this nonsense. Chapter 6, there are 2 words. Personal integrity. The key word, 2 key words, personal and integrity. If you have offended, if you have touched government man, if you are rumored, if you have a scandal in the office where mercenaries come to arrange a meeting in the office, to arrange to overthrow governments, to overthrow a government, to sell arms in your office, you resign. I've lived in the United Kingdom for 37 years. It has taught me the culture of integrity, personal integrity. Have no money, but have personal integrity. Ruto has none. He has the money, but he doesn't have personal. Those two words are missing. A man writes a letter now. He claims he's a member, is not a member of the government of Uhuru Kenyatta. And at the same time, he says he's a member and he wants the NIS, and he writes a letter to NSIS. You see, this is using the Bonoko intelligence of Itumbi to run a country. A parallel intelligence network has been created. That's treasonable. That's a treasonable charge. You can't collect evidence parallel and call yourself an intelligence network. Which law in this country, in this Africa, gives you that leeway? And we allow this to be peddled everywhere. On Facebook, on Twitter, someone is writing that he knows what the president is going to eat tonight. He knows where the president is going to sleep tonight. He knows which ministers have gone to sleep. No. A country cannot be run that way. Something must be done. So Ruto has picked up this Bonoko intelligence, or fake. For those who don't know, Bonoko means something fake. Something faked. Just to fit the tappings of whoever you are feeding the information. There are three ways, and I've analyzed them very well. Three factors why Ruto is annoyed. Factor number one, the numbers on the ground are not adding up. That's one. The numbers are not adding up. Previously, Ruto for 4 years has been on his own, campaigning and doing and even giving himself marks. Opinion poll saying he's 90%, he has taken over anything like it today. When the other new contestants arrived on the scene, the dwindling numbers started hurting the same man. For those who have read political history and the history of Europe, and for those who have not read it, as a scholar, I want to tell you that Emperor Nero, who took over, who came as an adopted son to Emperor Julius Caesar, took over Rome, the Roman Empire. Ruto acts like Emperor Nero. When the mother of Emperor Nero went to Emperor Nero to tell Emperor Nero that you have been relying on people who look at the stars for years. They say those stars are going to produce. Tomorrow we shall have rain. The other day we shall have this. The mother said, but there are some other people in Rome, in the city of Rome, the empire of Rome. Rome has been the center of civilization, and Athens. Those 2 points in Europe were the centers of civilization. There's a new group that has arrived. And it talks of when they look up for fire. They talk of fire. I don't know what you call fire in Roman. Those who have dictionaries can Google and write us to the chat. So the Emperor Nero said, do these people pray for fire? Fire. They look up when they are praying. They claim to be Christians. They are Christians. That was the time of persecution of Christianity. Emperor Nero called all the Christians in Rome and told them, I want you now, from now onwards, to be my people, to pray with me, and I call this fire. And the fire, after the prayers, some years passed, the fire was not coming. The original, whatever they were using stones to make fire, continued to do so, to cook food, to make food, to cook food, to eat, to warm their food. It was not that fire. Emperor Nero turned on all Christians and killed them. And to get the fire, Emperor Nero decided to burn the entire city of Rome. For people who don't know the political history of the Roman Empire, the entire city of Rome was burnt down, because Emperor Nero, the adopted son of Emperor Ruto, the adopted son of the Mount Kenya, has not seen the fire. So, because I bring it to there, he has not seen the votes. The ground, the votes, bindu bichenjanga, byachenja. Things have changed since Martha Karua and Rarua team came into existence. Things have been raruad, and they are shifting. Opinion polls from different angles. Even if you pay them money, they say, but how can we say this when they really, this is this? They are saying Raila has narrowed and bypassed Ruto in the opinion polls. That's one reason why Ruto is very upset, and that's why he's writing. Point number 2, Ruto wants to confuse, to divide the security agencies from army, police, and national intelligence systems. They are the only backbones of this country's governance. As you are aware, the army, the police, the security agencies are not political. So in Kenya, that you find the army is very far away from the politics of the day and the governance. It adheres to its principles. It is in the barracks. The national intelligence does its work within its mandate. The police does its work within its mandate. But what does want Ruto, after getting annoyed, after looking at his money? For 4 years, he has paid money, and he is now being told that Bindubia changer in the mountains, or things have changed in the mountains. Things have changed. People are saying, no, you had the wrong choice of your deputy. This man chose a woman. Therefore, he will have it. So if you are going somewhere and somebody, your lieutenants tell you it is not, you will not have it, but I wish you had chosen Alice Wahome, who has had new dress. You know, Alice Wahome is one of the most ugliest person that I have ever seen. I don't know how ugly is she, but she tried to buy clothes to look nice. She's a very good, beautiful woman from Ranga, but why she dyes her hair that way is not my liking. That's not for mature people. Matsanga, my hair is always as you see, because I was in the Marines and I was in the army. I keep my hair well tied. And it's not like the Ruto's hair which falls off. Everywhere he goes, his falling hair is falling off. My hair is stuck on the head. And it's very good hair. It grows every week. And my Baba says, Allah, what do you have? What do you eat? At the age of 67, look at me. Wekesa looks like older than me. If we are put on a line for a choice, unfortunately, we Luyas don't display ourselves. It is only ladies in Luya culture who display themselves, not us. Wekesa, they will think that Wekesa is my eldest brother. But look, I'm 67 and I'm still strong because I don't have the type of anger that Mr. Ruto has. So Ruto is angry. He's a very angry man. He can kill. In fact, he better be put on suicide watch list because Ruto can shoot people now. He is counting the money, 4 years, billions and billions of laundered money is gone, and the votes are not aligning. That causes a problem to write a letter. Purpose.
Yeah, but let me ask you, Daktari, don't you think this is a security risk to have issues of security being discussed openly?
I am coming. I am coming. You have cut me short. I was going to give you the third answer, and the third one.
I'm just amplifying that.
It is a security risk, first of all, for us to discuss security matters in public, whether it is East or West. We should desist from discussing security matters that touch national security when we have Al-Shabaab across the bridge waiting for us. It is sad that this gentleman starts asking, going to divide. The third point why Ruto wrote the letter is he wants to lay a basis for violence. He wants to lay a basis for violence by dividing the security agencies to see who is loyal, who is going to be where, and who is going to be where, and who can support him. Because he's now a third-party insurance policy. He's no longer in the government from last week. Ruto just cannot be called for a cabinet meeting because he's not a member of the cabinet anymore. He's a candidate. He's a presidential candidate. He's not a member of cabinet. He cannot go to State House to meet. Uhuru can call ministers, but not Ruto. Because he's a candidate. He cannot listen to what the government is talking about, the elections. So Kenyans should know that now. He's remained as a lacuna in your law. A Kuro or court made lacunas in this constitution. The Constitution of Republic of Kenya, and I wanted this to come on TV live, don't edit it, is a constitution of lacunas. It has so many lacunas. Look at what is going on. Chebukati says this, there's a lacuna here, the judges says it, there's a lacuna. You did not even say how a deputy president, in case he has an ambition to go and be a president, what do? You didn't put it in your constitution. That's a lacuna. You see? The constitution of, and I agree with you, Mr. George Kerry, because he has got Bonoko intelligence, Bonoko. It is Itumbi writing these things. That's why they write as NSIS. The intelligence system of Kenya changed to NIS, National Intelligence Services. So this is a man who is out to create a problem because he has found lacunas in the Constitution. Therefore, he's out to lay a ground for violence. He's out to tell people that, you see, They stole my votes. They deleted my names of my voters. They now said they have 60%, and they have taken our thing. So be prepared after knowing the ground has shifted. The last point, if you have been watching Ruto, every time Ruto has been saying, nobody can steal my vote. Hakuna mtu anaweza kuiba vote yangu. Mimi. That guy is preparing to go to the bush. Are you getting my point? Last point, Wekesa. Wekesa.
Yes, I'm getting you. Continue.
The guy is preparing plan B. Ruto has plan B. The security agencies of Kenya monitors his operations, movements, and some of the people close to him who are rumored to be gun trotters, the better for this government and the better for the security of the people of Kenya. I've said it here. I have no regrets for saying it. Ruto does not threaten me. He can threaten himself. It is very clear. I agree with you, Richard. The military intelligence does not brief the DP. I think the argument is...
I think, I think one of the things that we have in law, we don't have assistant commander-in-chief, we only have one.
Yes.
Commander-in-chief, there is no deputy commander-in-chief.
He can be given intelligence or refuse to be given intelligence. It's not a must. He's lucky. He's lucky that Uhuru allowed him to come and sit in National Security ANZAC. Otherwise, some presidents will tell him to go and sit somewhere else. If I'm not there, it's dedicated you to go and sit there. But when I'm here, you don't sit in here. It's the president. We made errors. We made mistakes also to allow this man to grow legs. That to the extent now he has grown legs and we can't cut his legs. He can't be cut because he's grown legs and he's coming back to use those legs that he grew on to disrupt the systems of the president and the legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta. So another point that you should take home amongst the viewers is that Ruto could go to the bush after this election has been defeated. He could go and contest. He has a plan B. He told us that he has a plan B. I want to be very candid and tell you that some of us who have conducted the elections in 1980 in Uganda, we had one candidate who was telling us that he will fight if this election is not conducted properly. And we thought it was a joke until he went to the bush and started fighting us in the Luelo Triangle. Today he's still the president of the Republic of Uganda. And he caused a lot of confusion amongst ourselves. Our generals, General Basilio Olalo Kero and General Tito Kero, our commanders came and overthrew us, the faction of Dr. Milton Obote of Chikosi Maalum. All of us came from Tanzania on Chikosi Maalum 208 KJ. And Museveni was from NASA. Museveni was not 208 KJ. It was not the first group that struck Kampala in 1978. No, the first group that struck Kampala, captured Kampala, is 208 KJ, Chikosi Maalum, plus the TPDF. And the first group that went all the way to my district, back to the border in Kenya, in Tororo, because we had other forces in Webuye, Kitale, and Busia. Don't forget, we operated around Webuye Pan Paper. We had a base. We had another base, Mama Sara, Kitale, up there. We had a base. We had another column that was used to enter through Kapenguria, okay, up to into inside there. So those days we had bases. The bases that attacked, we had a base in Amagoro, in Malaba, that used to attack Rubonji barracks in Tororo. So Museveni did not liberate Uganda. He liberated his southern part. But he found us, we had gone. But he warned us. You see, he warned us that if you don't conduct this election, the election has been killed. The election has been done what? I will go to the bush. And the man went to the bush. So if you see Ruto saying, kura yangu iwezi kuibiwa, me. So where is he heading? Isn't it the bush? Is it the bush? So be careful as Kenyans. Security agencies must take a note of the words that are being uttered by William Ruto, the confusion that is being caused in order to create chaos by writing this letter. This letter should be ignored. This letter should not be escalated. They have no right to force the Security Committee. Ruto has no powers in the Security Committee. And there is no court in Kenya that can summon the Director of National Intelligence to disclose intelligence information received. If they feel that there's somebody who has breached the intelligence network, he can go and get that person or make a personal or private prosecution against Kibicho. But there is no Director of Intelligence who is going to come and say, I'm summoning so and so. First of all, Kibicho is the boss of the Director of Intelligence. You know that very well. Works under the PS. And the Director of National Intelligence does not control what the PS should do administratively. So why do you want to labor yourself to write a letter which cannot even have an attention or reply to? You are just causing confusion among the security agencies. That is my submission.
Thank you. I think the other part is we may have to look at
the manifesto.
The manifesto and the reactions of Kenya on the same.
On Mitumba.
First, let's shortly see one or two clips and then we proceed.
And welcome to this auspicious occasion. And without further ado, be upstanding and ready to welcome the Azimio presidential candidate and my boss, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga.
Yeah, Daktari, as an analyst from the optics, did they kill it? Did they bring out
yes,
the grandiose of the moment? And Mother Karua,
yes.
Some people expected that she may not make a good running mate, but she's coming out to be a very good complement to one Raila Odinga. What is your view on the same?
She did very well. Martha Karua is a shining star, is a star that Emperor Nero cannot touch. It's a star that is shining all the way to the ballot. And the ballot, she will get it. Azimio will get it. It is very clear at the moment that the star is Martha Karua. And Martha Karua has been very, very active in the politics of Kenya. He has done very well. And she has brought up the spirit, the fighting spirit. Kalonzo joining them makes sure that the whole of Kenya is now inside. So this was a very good moment. I've looked at the manifesto, the 43 pages of the manifesto. I'm very pleased. I gave it the whole mark. I gave it 10 out of 10. It touches the common people. What do common people in Kenya want? It touches the legacy. I control the legacy trend of President Uhuru Kenyatta. I'm the one writing the legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta. I've told you already. I'm writing 3 books. And I have been working on the legacy, all these projects that you see. And that is what the manifesto wants to build on. In Africa, we should create a culture where governments build on what other governments have done or previous governments have done, not to destroy. Like what Ruto'S is saying, that when he gets to power in the first 100 days, he will cancel all what Uhuru has been doing. That is not governance. That's stupidity. That's mafia. That is robbery. Oh, sorry, of the highest degree. It's only thieves who can talk like that, but not mature people who have gone to school, who should be thinking of building on what Uhuru Kenyatta has done. 2, I know there is a controversy around Mitumba. And I'm sorry, those who are on the path, on this, watching this TV, my shirt is new. I buy it. I only buy my shirts in Marks and Spencer or the Big and the Tall in London. That's all. Or Pringle from Scotland. There's a shop called Pringle. And my trousers. Less than that, I'm sorry. If I'm annoying you, the worst thing is that the people of Africa don't want the truth. Wekesa and Robert, if you want to die quickly, come to Africa and start talking the truth. You will die very fast. But if you start talking lies like a Ruto, you will convince people and live longer. But if you want to come here and talk the truth and say, second-hand cloth, Mitumba can bring disease, Africans will hate you. I have worked in so many institutions. In London, I've washed plates. I've cleaned trains. I've worked in the supermarket called Sainsbury. I worked there in the 1980s, 90s. If food is going to expire tomorrow, you don't keep it and say it can be eaten after tomorrow. If you leave one packet of Omo and the date of expiry is 2 o'clock next day, and it was found there at 4 o'clock next day, all the types of Omo will be recalled in Sainsbury across the country. And you lose your job. If you go to hospitals in London, the bed sheets, the mattresses, the pillows, the blankets, the night dresses that people wear, that, you know, patients wear. Our brothers in Africa go and wash them and put them in barrels, tie them, and send them to Nigeria, send them to Ghana, send them to Kenya, not Rwanda and not Uganda. You get my point? I'm being honest. We have restricted, Uganda has restricted Mitumba. Kenya has restricted, Rwanda has restricted Mitumba. They have encouraged.
Yeah, I was about to say Kagame also.
Yes, Kagame has restricted Mitumba, and the several African countries. South Africa has restricted Mitumba. Zimbabwe has restricted Mitumba. Are they not living? Are you the only people on this continent who want Mitumba? Some Mitumba, people suffer from diseases that you don't know. Even if it is washed without disinfection, liquid that removes, kills those germs, they will come for you. It might not take, it might take.
But Daktari, let's face it. If I tell you that the wig that ladies put on their hair, on the head, is made of the tail of a horse, have I insulted you, or I'm just telling you the truth that that's where it comes from?
That's why it is true. Even me, I wish women who wear these wigs could go to India and see how they are made. They will not wear them. The hair, the human hair. If you see where it is cut from, you will not have it. Yes, and these are some of the facts. There is poverty, yes. There are people who have no money, yes. But let's not play politics. Then come to tell people in the future that we are sorry. I wish we told you about these clothes that are spreading problems. To me, Raila, because he needs the votes from these people, he has done an apology. That is very good for His Excellency, Right Honorable Prime Minister. But me, Dr. Matsanga, I wouldn't do any apology for anybody. And if I find Mitumba in my house, I tell you to live with it. I'd rather use the money. If there's no money to buy a new shirt, I'll wait until I get it. Yes, go ahead. I'm sincere. Don't bring Mitumba in my house.
Okay, Robert, you can bring in your question. And before you bring in your question, I want to give you that chance to ask questions to Daktari. So I wanted to share something small first before you do it.
Manufacturing, ile mambo yote tunaagiza, mambo ya viti tunaagisha, nguo tunaagiza, viatu tunaagiza, tutasimamisha ndio hiyo nguo na viatu na all wood products iwe manufactured katika taifa letu la Kenya, na vijana wa taifa letu la Kenya katika ile mpango ya kuzalisha mali tuweze kuondoa umaskini na tuajiri vijana wetu wote. Nyinyi mnanielewa jameni?
There you are. There you are.
Yeah, so
Isn't it
You
the
can
same
comment
route?
on it, and then Robert, you can also comment on it, and then I will ask you to ask a few questions that you think are related to what we are discussing. Thank you.
It is the same Ruto at the moment who was saying tunasimamisha vitu, tunataka nguo watu wafanye wapate kazi hapa, manufacture them here. And today is the same man condemning double standards. That's where we are. Please don't kill people for the sake of a vote. Tell the people the truth. And Raila Amolo Odinga has said the truth. You can go and kill him if you want. But he has said it. If I were him, I would say it is Mitumba should be discouraged, and we start giving our industries a boost, subsidy, so that the industries can produce raw materials that are cheap, affordable to the people of Kenya. That is it. Thanks.
Yeah, good evening, Daktari. Good evening,
Good
Wekesa.
evening. Good evening.
Yeah, I have a question regarding the Mitumba.
Yes.
I came across a video or a documentary that was made by a certain European journalist, and it has to do with the Mitumba in Ghana.
Yes, I have seen it also. Yes.
Yes, I posted it in the group. Now,
Yeah, thank you very much.
why is it that the European nations would allow toxic substances to be dumped in African countries? Is it government policy, or is it unscrupulous dealers who are packaging this material? Because some of the Mitumbas come with laced with so many chemicals, maybe for preservation of the quality, or and some of them also come with like you said, they have been used in even hospitals. There are so many diseases, skin diseases, and what have you. So why would a European country allow this to come to be dumped in other countries? Because ideally, any toxic material should be disposed in the country of origin.
Yes, ideally that should be so. But when you are dumping your cloth in London, my dear brother, there are three categories of boxes: bottles, cardboard, newspapers, and there are now 4 categories. They give you bags of different categories: chupa, zile narabika, plastic, this. They are there. We pay. I live in a borough in London, one of the most expensive borough on planet Earth, and it is called the borough of Croydon. I think, Robert, you know that. Croydon is the most expensive borough in UK. With a tax, we pay like almost £2,500 per year. Rates, council rates. If you have a house, the rates are very expensive. We pay tax for 2,300. It's one of the highest in the whole United Kingdom. So we pay in order to get plastic, newspapers, bottles, glass, this, cloth. For cloth, they tell you, they give you a bag, you can get this cloth and go and put in second-hand shop. You can call the church, because people there live on charity. It is not a law. There is no law there, Robert, that says don't export or don't import. Don't export. There is no import. You can't import second-hand material into London. No, but they can allow you to export it out of London because you out of UK. Because why are they doing so? They are, you see, you have a point here. Why did they allow them to be exported to Africa? Yet they know very well it is going to be very difficult for the environment. It is going to destroy the environment, the ecosystems. It is harmful to human beings. There's no law prohibiting you to export them, but there's a law prohibiting you to bring them in. Are we together on that?
Yes, we are.
If you want to take second-hand cloth to London and declare to custom, it has no custom number. Either you declare a new one or you don't. But there's a number for new cloth, and they must be new. And they must, before they enter UK, SGS, which is the Swedish SGS, that inspecting team that inspects, must verify and know that those materials entering United Kingdom will not kill people, are not hazardous to your neighbors when you put them on your wire, you know, your swing. You have put them for the sunshine. So those laws are there. Here we don't have the laws. We don't have the laws. Ruto in that clip was trying to discourage importation of second-hand cloth in order to create factories for people inside here to manufacture biato, nini inside here. But now, today, because Raila is on this side, he says he has stopped Mitumba. Raila has stopped Mitumba. That's a very bad thing Raila has done. So why the laws in UK, in US, in Europe is not very strict on those exporting Mitumba to Africa is one thing that you have given me a clue to go and research on. Why do they want us? You see?
Yeah, because the reason why I'm asking, you know, I have imported several vehicles for the last 20 years or so. I have imported vehicles from Japan, and in as much as the vehicle meets the Kenyan requirements, in Japan there is a quality assurance body.
There's a company there called what? They usually stamp on your car before you get out. Yes.
Yes. And even if the vehicle meets the requirements of Kenyan requirements, but it does not meet the standards of exportation to Kenya, they will it will not pass that test. They will reject it. Yes. Because they have a quality assurance.
The same happens to UK, but the UK does not stamp on. A good Range Rover, you know that there are so many people with good Range Rovers in town.
Yes.
If a car gets an accident in London, you don't take it for panel beating. It is us who have created panel beating workshops because we want to create employment and we are lazy Africans. They take it to a crashing machine. A very good Range Rover. The engine is worked, but it has had an accident. The insurance comes and looks at it, takes photographs. Do you know what they do, sir? They even ask you, do you want, after they have paid you the insurance, they ask you to take your car. Take it. You want to dispose it, you will take it. But that car now is written off from the books of United Kingdom. It is supposed to be crashed, even if it's a Range Rover for 1 year or 1 day, but it has got an accident, it is written off. That's why people who have taken an advantage have gone to build salvage homes. They remove spare parts. I sell you the spare part I sell you an engine of a new Range Rover. You put it in an old Range Rover, you'll drive for years and years and years. And most of the Range Rovers, if you check on the Range Rovers that are here, Range Rover, Mercedes-Benz, all cars, some of the cars are actually very new. So the African community, the Kenyan, Ugandan, Tanzanian, and Nigerians, they have opened up workshops. They go and, do these cars afresh. Buy second-hand spare parts and put on the body. When you come to the engine, he says he needs 30,000 pounds for the car, which was written off. And as soon as he buys it, or he doesn't buy it, he puts it on the ship and imports it to Nigeria or to Uganda or to Ghana or to Kenya with a logbook, and you will buy, and the cars will be registered. They are here. There are very many. So the law in Britain is very organized because they expect everybody in Britain to be organized. Everybody in Britain has got what we call a social contract. In Kenya, we don't have a social contract. That's why we oppose everything. We oppose the Uhuru Kenyatta for even something which I suggested, which is very good, Huduma number. By the end of this year, if you don't have Huduma number, you might not be able to cross and go to Tanzania or go to London, because they don't want to see your passport. They want to see the Huduma number. And they look at the Huduma number has got all your details. You get my point? That's the number. Uganda has done it now. There is nothing in Uganda. Soon, the East African certificate passports is just symbolic. But soon, by next year, these passports will not be there. People will use IDs. The Huduma number, ID. You give to immigration, it swipes in. I don't have my wallet here. It is back in my bedroom. I would show you. I would show you my driving license of Uganda and the driving license of United Kingdom. There's nowhere where you can hide the money. You can't bribe. But you here in Kenya, you used to have a very big book with 3 pages. So it also entices the police or people stopping you. You put the money inside. You say, what? Have you noticed why the Kenyan police ask you for driving license first?
Yes, of course.
Because they know there's something in the driving license. But the Uganda police will not ask you for driving license. If you ask you for the driving license, the Uganda driving license is like a credit card. I have it here.
Yeah, even the Huduma number is something similar.
A credit card. So that's what we want. Immigration officer will swipe that Huduma card. It tells you, no, we are looking for you. That guy there, we are looking for him. Because it will be linked to court. It will be linked to police. It will be linked to crime, to some anti-crime agencies. DCI. Everything will come out. They will say, oh, it is Mr. Roberto. We have been looking for you, sir. Can you step aside? That's why Ruto did not want Huduma card. Because Ruto, if he has it, it will show corruption. Google can bring corruption. Say, which type of vice president, deputy president are we clearing to enter our country? If the card shows alleged, this rumor, that, you have a problem. So you are right. The law from the European countries for export of Mitumba is not there. You can take as much Mitumba as possible because they assume, the British, before we invaded them and went there, they assumed that everything was very good. So some of us Africans have gone there and brought bad manners. And we have to be very frank. We brought it. In Nigeria, we used to go to London without a visa. And I believe you also, you must have gone to London sometime without a visa. Those days, you could walk through and go. You can go and eat your food, then after 2 months, you come back. The visa came in 1991 when people started misbehaving and misusing the visas. But we used to go to London for free. You climb here, Jomo Kenyatta, it takes you to London tomorrow. You say, I'm coming back after 2 weeks. They give you 6 months without any restriction. And later on, things started changing. You can go, I know you go to Dubai. You have been to Dubai several times. When you go to Dubai with Nigerians on the plane, when they reach Dubai airport, have you seen what they do to them? They have written a queue, yeah, a line. There's a kipande. Have you seen that kipande? Nigeria.
Yes.
Yes. So that's why I don't go to Dubai. I don't like Dubai. You go with an African, they are taken there like animals who are dangerous. And the rest of Africa, you are this way. Nigerians are told to go that way because they spoiled. We went to Dubai. Women were wearing long dresses. Our Ugandan women and the Kenyan women started wearing mini skirts. They put a visa on Uganda. They started standing in the joints waiting for, hey, hello, no. Yes, and these are some of the things that we as Africans must talk to ourselves, change our behavior. We have destroyed some of these countries because, let me tell you, Roberto, we don't like the truth.
Yes, because even in Mumbai.
Yes.
In Mumbai, one time my experience was that several Africans were walking, and one of the sniffer dogs refused to leave one of our African brothers, and he was taken away, and we were all forced to also go and be checked. So it is our bad manners that has prompted them to behave like that.
Yes. You see, the world is becoming a very dangerous world. That in Africa, when you come to Kenya and start speaking the truth, that's what I was telling you, Ekese, you will die very fast. I even told you. You start talking the truth like the way Raila told people that Mitumba is for people who are dead. That they will hate Raila. You saw Moses Kuria going to Kikomba wearing, and at the end, Moses Kuria, who is wearing Mitumba, is sick. His legs are rotten. Moses Kuria is supposed to be in a hospital. He's still on medication. He takes 41 tablets a day. The legs are not yet healed because he went and got, honestly, he has a disease where doctors have said you have to rest. But Moses Kuria is busy insulting people. He's now going to adding more disease, more.
Yeah, I don't know whether
man you don't know.
I don't know whether you are this. I just wanted to get a small view of a short view of this letter that the deputy president has written to the NIS. What is the purpose? Does he expect a reply? Because these are not matters that should come out in the public domain. They are at that level. I think it should be done out of the public glare.
Let me tell you, my brother, there's no director of intelligence who will reply you. First of all, they are not supposed to be written to. Have you ever seen the director of intelligence of MI6? Do you know her name? She's a woman. Do you see her coming anywhere?
No.
But they make decisions that affect all of us in the whole world. If they say we have to release our nuclear weapon, now Russia is about to release theirs. It's those women behind the scenes. You don't show them. So the director of national intelligence services cannot write to you publicly. He's not going to talk to you. And there is no need of answering that letter anyway. Because, first of all, it was not him who offered the information, but it was a PS. This is a government policy. He's he's a PS for internal security. He's the boss of that director. The director of national intelligence cannot get the money without the PS signing his money, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. It's an independent entity, but the money is allocated to the Ministry of Interior. So how do you expect the director of intelligence to go and accuse his boss? That you come here, I want you to come and sit on the panel. Why did you write that letter? It was not coming from the director of national intelligence. It was coming from the PS. That Ruto write to the PS of internal affairs to find out how he managed to get the 60% quotation. Let them deal on that level. The intelligence is not going to answer. I don't think they will.
So what do you think the purpose of is writing this letter? Because for me, it does not make sense, because the public is not interested in the end game of his writing this letter. The public is interested in peace and free and fair elections.
He's preparing his ground for violence. He's trying to prepare the ground for violence. He's trying to divide the intelligence system and the security systems into several parts. He is also very upset why he wrote, because the numbers are not rhyming on the ground. And then you have spent money. Even if it was you have spent so much money to bring cars from Japan. Then all of a sudden, you are told that there are new cars that are costing less than what you have brought. Don't you feel like setting fire on those cars that you bought?
It has happened to me.
Exactly. So Ruto is in that position. He's in that position. He's a very annoyed person, angry man. In fact, he should be put on suicide list to be watched, because he can kill people. Yes. The DCI unit of the homicide should actually look properly, remove all guns from him, because at the moment he's not a normal man. With the happenings that are going to come in the weeks to come, Mutua of Maendeleo Chap blocked from leaving, because if the party, if Mutua now goes to the platform and the campaigns for Kenya Kwanza, he's going to be arrested, and the Kenya Kwanza could be nullified from the elections.
Yes, that is also another question that that was going around my mind, because there is also the Kingi governor who is using the trademark for Raila to campaign in his photographs.
That one has to come back. They are on their way back here, because there's nowhere they can go. You think Kalonzo could go? No, he's a lawyer. He couldn't. He knew he would be having a shame now if he tried to go for clearance for that to be a presidential candidate. He could have it. He could be ashamed. He could pass all the exams. All the papers are clean. But one simple thing: you signed a document with Azimio. Go and clear there, then you come. That's it.
And what about?
Actually, the court today has just ruled that Mutua, that's a court order. And if Mutua disobeys the court order and we find him, because the IEBC has said all of us stakeholders should cooperate with them. We shall call IEBC to arrest Mutua, police, charge him, cancel their certificate. This election could as well be in chaos.
But they can't afford to do that because, you know, if you're trying to stop Ruto on technicality, it can cause a lot of trouble.
No, but the law has to be followed. Why do you stop others on technicality and you don't stop Ruto on technicality? Why? No, you tell me. You are stopping people on technicality. Stop Ruto on technicality also.
His supporters will feel like the state is trying to stop him from going to the ballot.
What about if warrants come today? What will he do? Why can't you tell him to fly to Dubai today? Tell Ruto to fly to Dubai or fly to Uganda. Why is he not flying?
I don't know.
Oh, no, just wait. There are so many bottlenecks. 29th of this month, if the case against Mr. Gicheru goes against Mr. Gicheru or Mr. Gicheru does not submit anything but accept that liability, the money was not mine, I did meet the witnesses. That's a guilty verdict. So expect the judge to make a ruling recommending that more of these people who tampered with witnesses should be brought. There's still a hurdle. There are still several hurdles. Don't celebrate yet.
Okay.
Yeah. And I want your viewers to hear this. Don't celebrate yet. It is not yet over until it is over. Until you are on the ballot. Because if it is an international warrant calling, Kenya, you have already annoyed the president of Kenya who could protect you. You insult him on a daily basis. Will he protect you?
Okay.
You have to get an answer to the warrant of arrest either by Interpol or by the agency outside. And the plane will land in Wilson or JKIA to take you. No government will refuse. Because you have already annoyed everybody in the government. So if let Ruto pray that Paulo Gicheru's case or Paulo Gicheru wins the case. But if Paulo Gicheru says, I have had enough, this case is going to take me down for 40 years, it's better for me now to clean my name and say, I'm sorry, the court, it is true. He will be given a light sentence, maybe fined 200,000 euros. He can sell one of his houses, which he got as a result of being a chairman of the Chamber of Public Procurement Board. He got a lot of kickbacks, and he can pay the fine, and he becomes a ICC witness. So there is still, Roberto, there is still quite a lot of hurdles. It's not yet over.
I see.
Yes.
But I want to believe that the ICC is still having having their people on surveillance with regard to this election, considering that one of the leading candidates, has been to the ICC, and they would want to ensure that his participation and character does not in any way affect the peace and tranquility of the country?
When the ICC, there are two things that the ICC happened. What happened in the ICC? And I want to tell you so that you can, and the viewers to know. Uhuru Muigai's case, President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's case, collapsed because there was no evidence. Are you with me?
Yes.
William Samoei Ruto's case and Arab Sang collapsed because witnesses were there, but they were killed. Some were killed, some were tampered with, some were paid to retract their statements. So one case went down, Kenyatta's case, unless witnesses somewhere appear and say is credible, I saw, then you can talk about Kenyatta case. But the moment Kenyatta's case collapsed, because there was no evidence at all to charge, to start the case. But Ruto's case, there was evidence and the Arab Sang. That's why the case started. But in the middle, people went to bribe witnesses and the witnesses withdrew. So you have not now committed a crime against the original case, but you have committed a crime against the court. And the court, whereas the court in the first case called you by summons, Article 70 of the Roma Statute calls you by warrant of arrest. Roberto, are we together now?
We are together?
Wekesa, are we together?
Yeah, are you done? We move to the other two parts.
Well, we are waiting for you because I think Roberto was asking. That is the essence of the cases. So Uhuru's case, no evidence, nobody had it. He never touched the witnesses, but the evidence that was available was so weak that you cannot start a case. Ruto's case, there was evidence, very serious evidence, but when they wanted to call the witnesses, whom they had even in custody, somewhere, they started recanting and said, we don't know, we are forced, we have done this because somebody paid them money. So those are crimes against the court directly. So the court has an Article 70 to protect itself of tampering, perversion of course of justice, and prevention of justice, tampering with witnesses, killing witnesses, procuring witnesses. That's why Mr. Baraza, Walter Baraza, is also being looked for having tampered with witnesses. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that part. Although if it happens, it may not be a blessing even to Azimio, because these guys love sympathy and they may want any situation that earns them sympathy. I would rather he is defeated right and square on the ballot, because already there are signs that he's going to be defeated. Anything that comes from exterior will just inject some life in them. I would rather, if they have to pursue him, let them pursue him from September onwards. But right now, in 2 months, we want to defeat him on the ballot. We don't want to give him ego, so that he says that kama ingekuwa heki nilikuwa na win hiyo kura. Hapana, he can be defeated squarely, and that's what we want.
Thank you. You ask your final questions. I want to I've spent 1 hour and 14 minutes. I would
Yes,
like
I wanted to ask you 1 or 2 questions on these clips, and then we finalize.
I want to say this without the fear of contradiction. Sisi tumesema ufalme wa Mungu, na msikize hiyo, ufalme wa Mungu ni wa kudumu milele na milele. Ufalme wa giza hautadumu. Get the difference, wa Kristo. Kwa hivyo wakati huu wa Roho Mtakatifu, God will reign forever and ever. Na wale ambao watakaa katika hiyo imani na watakaa katika huo Mungu, ushindi wataupata. La mwisho niseme hivi, for us categorically, we don't have any fear, and we always speak without any fear. Kwanza mimi nilikuwa mmoja katika kanisa la Kianglikana. Juzi nimeambiwa nipatiane mawaidha. Askofu akasema nipatiane mawaidha kwa jamaa mmoja ambaye alikuwa ametumwa kwa Clergy Forum ya Kiambu County. Tutafuta hawa wachungaji ni wapeleke State House, kwa sababu nikauliza reason are we going to State House. Nikaambiwa na yule ambaye alikuwa ametumwa na mchungaji ati kwa sababu huyu ameingia kanisa sana, huyu tujue vile tutagangana na yeye. Mimi nikaambiwa mimi, lakini kwa sababu alikuwa ametumwa kwangu na askofu nimpatie mawaidha, nikamwambia hiyo haiwezi kawa reversed. Wale walishindwa kujua ufalme wa Mungu uko wapi kitambo. Sasa wanang'ang'ana the last minute, which is not possible. Msidanganywe. Deputy President, kwa sababu ulinionyesha picha kwako nyumbani, Karen, kama unakumbuka. Ukibebea mchungaji wa AIC mfuko as an evangelist. And let me remind you what you told me. You told me, even if you don't become the president of this nation, you become an evangelist. That's what you told me. Na tumeongea hapa na wachungaji. Haki wewe unapaswa kuwa mchungaji. You know the verses, you know the Bible in and out, and for us in Kenya, sisi miungu hatuijui na haituwazi. Kwa hivyo msiwe na wasiwasi, endeleeni kwa maombi na sisi tuendelee kwa maombi. Wakati nimepatiana hiyo mawaidha haiwezekani, wachungaji wakawa wananiuliza when are you going to the State House? Nikauliza kufanya nini? Hiyo mambo tulimaliza. Sasa niwaambie leo, deputy wakiwa hapa, mkitaka kwenda Ikulu, mngojee tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8, tutaenda kuomba na wao. Kwa hivyo hiyo ndio sisi tunaamini.
Hi, love.
Yes, darling.
yes.
Yeah, I would want to see how he will behave after 9th. But why are we weaponizing church in politics? Why are we making church? Why are we giving politics a political platform? Because I'm very sure if people wanted to respond to everything he said politically, he may not have the guts to reply.
Which church? Wekesa.
Yes.
These are topics that are very important. I think you'll bring them on another day. We hammer them the whole hour. But let me make it quick for you. There is no church left in Kenya. There is a commercial shop. There are commercial shops left in Kenya. Churches have become commercial. There is commercial evangelism. Commercial evangelism. People preach because they have been paid money. Not people go to church to have the Holy Spirit of Jesus Christ. The priest talking there. So if you talk like that, a man who loves Uhuru Kenyatta, will he come there? You have created more enmity. So churches are not preaching peace. Churches are preaching divisions. So there are no churches left anymore, except the Catholic Church, maybe. But these Anglican churches, even the Bishop Jackson Osapiti mwenyewe, the preaching is biased. You can see from his tongue, he is biased. So there's no church left. We have commercial entities, not churches. How can you be preached with a bishop who has a fleet of 5 planes and you have nothing? You are walking back to your house. You don't have even 1 shilling for a car, for a matatu. Eh? That's the seriousness we have. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm doing the last part as we sign out. I think these were the videos that shows the current situation for UDA.
Wacha nirudie, mambo ya ajira inaongelewa miaka mingi.
Briefly, UDA has now started experiencing resistance on the ground from Northeastern. We have also seen Kashago in Central having those challenges. Walikuwa wanasikiza grounds. Are they continually listening to the ground? Sasa hizi ground inasema nini? Vindu vichenjanga.
Yes. Not only that, people are not happy. I mean, I told you the other time, a normal Kikuyu would rather vote Martha Karua, but not to vote a man whom everybody knows he has not gone to school. Or he has gone to school, but he behaves like a lumpen, like a Idi Amin. So, no Kikuyu will vote. Things have started crumbling. That's all I can tell you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let me check if 1 or 2 comments you respond to them as we part. Okay, even as we come to the end, thank you viewers for your generous comments. There was one notorious guy who was called Mugo. He decided to abuse our guests, and I was generous enough to exit him. I think you are free to make your comments, but direct attacks and abuses are not allowed on this channel. We are doing politics, yes, but we need to do it with some sense of decorum and sobriety. You may not agree with what I'm saying, but it is my democratic right to say it. Kenya allows different people from different nationalities to operate here. So don't come with those feelings of who should speak here and not. When you are at school, you studied different parts of history. You studied history of US, UK, and whatever. So that means you can participate on global issues. You're not restricted based on the nationality you come from. So that was uncalled for, and we can't tolerate that. Daktari, give your parting shots. We sign out. There's another debate going on the other side. Thank you.
Thank you very much, viewers of Mutembei TV across the world. Thank you very much for hosting me tonight. Africa faces challenges, and some of the challenges are the challenges that people like Mugo have a mindset of uprooting others from where they are, wherever they are, in shops, in their houses, in toilets. They would think of uprooting people instead of thinking of how to advance themselves. If we have this type of mentality, we cannot change, we cannot think properly. So we need to change our mindsets. 2, Africa is a continent endowed with quite a lot of many things. I don't think there is a way we can stop Africa if we work hard and create employment for the younger generation that is coming before us. As far as the Kenya's elections are concerned, I've warned the people that there is quite a lot of confusion. That as we were on air, the latest is that the IEBC has stopped, will try to gazette your names on 20th of June, not tomorrow, because KPMG has found dead people in the register, fake identity cards in the register, and extra numbers in the register, which cannot be found anywhere. Not in simple terms, over 1 million. If you add them 200, 300, it's about almost 800,000. So I think those are the ones people have been talking about. So it might not give us the names tomorrow. I've just read it now right on the wires. So I want to assure you that this talk like brothers and sisters, this accommodate each other. Election is not a matter of life and death. Mitumba creates, yes, people wear Mitumba, but it creates long-term effects are very dangerous. Short-term, you look smart, but long-term, you can fall sick of a disease that was not in you before. I rest my case and I thank you very much. I wish Azimio la Umoja Kenya, One Kenya, good luck to win elections. I wish the President of Republic of Kenya good luck to hand over power to Raila Amolo Odinga to continue with the projects that have been handling for the last 4 years. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Daktari, for always being there to help us shed light on the emerging issues. We want to say that since the launch of Azimio Manifesto, we will urge Kenyans to focus on the 10-point agenda that the team presented to us. You see, like Pierre Lumumba normally says, it's easier to lose sight of an antelope by focusing or chasing a squirrel. The things the site shows that our competitors are doing, they want to make you not understand the big gains that this country stands to achieve when they focus on the manifesto that was launched. I also said on one of my social media handle that UDA will not launch their serious manifesto. Their work is to attack the already launched manifesto. And that is exactly what they are doing. So that should not be our point of focus. Already they have sensed defeat, and we will not compete them on the way to self-destruction. We will remain focused and articulate the agenda that is before us. And Baba is headed for a very big victory. So Azimio, in less than actually in 60 days, tomorrow, we only have some 40 minutes to 9th. And 9th to 9th, that's actually 60 days. And we get that victory that we have been waiting for. So let's continue sensitizing people and expanding the team of Azimio. There are many people who have already seen the light, have seen the conversations changing, Mount Kenya East, Mount Kenya West. The reality is dawning on them that they have to be in government, and the serious government shall be formed by Azimio. All polls indicate that Baba is now ahead, and let UDA learn how to accept defeat. They have been preaching this to Baba, and it's their turn. I will also urge my friends from Bonde la Uda. For a long period of time, they have been telling Baba that Baba's supporters have been his own undoing when it comes to campaigns and getting votes and getting victory. So don't replay the script, because your comments are not actually good. You don't have to force victory. If it has to come your way, well and good. If it doesn't, we are still all of us are still Kenyans. And one thing I know is Baba means well for all Kenyans, whether you will vote for him or not. You stand to gain. So have a good night. Let's meet on the other side of the studio for the current affairs session is still going on under Bernard. Thank you, Daktari. You're always available.
There is something that I wanted to say lastly to say. When an alligator comes out of water, and you ask the alligator, what has happened to the crocodile? Will it say is dead or still alive? I'm asking you, Wekesa.
Repeat. I was reading someone's comment here. So repeat.
An alligator. If an alligator comes from the water,
yes,
and you ask the alligator, is the crocodile there or is dead? What will the alligator say?
When the alligator, for me, if the alligator says the crocodile is dead, I will believe it. If he says it's there, I will believe it, because he lives there and he understands.
Okay. Thank you. Can Ruto say he doesn't know corruption? So let's end
thank you. Good night. Let's meet next week for another session.
Let your viewers think about that.
Yeah.
Thank you. God bless you.